years to figure it out to make my first 6 figures. And then in about 13, 14 months, it went from 6 figures to multiple 7 figures. So for the past 4 years now, I've been making multiple 7 figures since at home, and anybody can do this.
How you end up as a felon?
A street pharmacist. I was very good at it because I wasn't making enough money at my job. I ended up just making a plea deal, and I did some time in MCI, and I got out. And then when I got out, you know, your life starts all over again.
What are we actually doing? How are we getting money at home? How are we getting money at home?
There's multiple ways to do it. I personally, with what happened with me, was my niche is credit. And I love credit because it can literally change our lives, our family's lives, our grandkids' lives.
So for those that may be watching and listening that may be afraid of credit, how do you work getting over that limiting belief?
I wouldn't be afraid of credit. I would just be more afraid of that limiting belief that you have. Why would you want to use your money when you can use OPM, other people's money? And you just got to learn your limits, and you have to learn that self-awareness that you can handle spending.
What helped your mindset transition, get a little stronger and get a little bit more intentional?
I go into adulthood and then I fuck up, and I see the one person that pretty much said that he loved me no matter what, disappointed. That like kills you, right? So I think it was that pivotal moment where I was like, I gotta get this together.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast, right? We connect with 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs. And today's episode's a treat for me, you know. We're in Miami right now. It's a nice day outside. This one pulled up in something mean, you know what I'm saying? And we're actually from the same place, which is cool. We didn't meet there, however. We did meet in a place where the environment was proper, right?
Aligned.
The frequency was high.
It was aligned.
It was definitely aligned, right? And we share a mentor.
We do.
We do, right?
One of the best.
One of the best out there. And she talks about how you can get to the money, but be at home, which I think is important. I mean, we're technically at home right now. It's not my home, but it's a home.
Somebody's house.
Somebody's house. But Nicole, I ask you, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for the invite.
What's up?
Glad to be here. Thank you for the invite.
So, what are you doing here?
I'm at home. I stay in the house.
Oh, so you just at someone else's house now?
Somebody's house, but I'm in the house.
Yeah.
And one thing for sure is I make money.
And what goes on in the house?
Whatever I want. Whatever I want to happen in the house.
Yeah.
It's comfortable. We can be ugly at peace in the house, out the way, right? So make my money at home. So I'm going 8 years strong, God willing, and I'm thankful for it. And my whole goal, honestly, is to just continue pushing the needle and teach the collective, whether they take my advice or not. My biggest takeaway is always going to just be to educate the collective that they can do this too. It's just going to take consistency, right? I think that's the biggest thing. Consistency, and honestly, you just got to believe that you can do it. It doesn't have to be the way I do it. There's multiple ways that you can do it, but you can absolutely make money at home and as an entrepreneur. And it's just a blessing to be a blessing. And for me to be a vessel, to be able to be a voice for the collective, to teach them how to do it, I think it's just an amazing thing to do.
So you're saying a lot of nice things here. Like this is very nice, sounds comforting. You know what I mean? Sounds like a Hallmark card. But what are we?
I'm trying to put on my best hardwood, bro.
But what are we actually doing? How are we getting money at home? How are we getting money at home?
There's multiple ways to do it. I personally, what happened with me was my niche is credit. I have done credit. I fixed my own after some jail time. I'm a felon. And then after that happened, with the trials and tribulations of just being an adult, right? You need a car, you need a place to live, like the bare basics of being just an adult. I couldn't get it. I kept falling flat on my face. I couldn't get any of those things because of my credit. So I started learning about credit, and a lot of people that I was learning from 10 years ago, this is way before TikTok. This is way before there was a lot of people on YouTube doing it. I was learning about it and a little bit on YouTube about it. And a lot of people are loud and wrong. So the information that I attained about it, I thought I learned enough to fix my own, to get the apartments and the cars that I needed to get myself by as an adult. And it wasn't enough. I thought what I had learned would get me to a place where I could get those things. And it was not it. So I started plugging and playing, reading the books, and I had started to figure out what I needed. What I needed is not what everybody needed. So once I started figuring out what I specifically needed, I was like, oh shit, like this is different. Like credit is, I don't have to use my own money that I don't even have. I wasn't making enough. Like, I don't think any of us are really, if we're working out there, right? So I'm like, oh shit, this is different. So I'm getting credit cards and I'm using them the right way, which there's a million different ways you can do that, right? But I'm using them the right way to get a house, to get a car or an apartment. And then I'm just using different lines of credit to get other cash producing assets, right? And I'm doing this from home, from my house. And I'm using those things to make income from home. And I've just continued to do that. I've had a credit repair company to help other people do the same. Now that I had a good understanding of how credit works, how to manage your credit, how to understand credit, I'm helping other people do it. I'm helping other people, other entrepreneurs that have credit, that work with credit challenged clients, right? So solar, credit repair companies, car salesmen, brokers, real estate agents, right? The list can go on. I'm helping those entrepreneurs with their clients that have credit challenge clients. I'm helping those clients with their credit and then sending them back to those entrepreneurs, business owners. So now their clients can in turn get the approvals and the lines of credit extended to them that they also need to do the same. And that has grown my company from, it took me 4 years to figure it out to make my first 6 figures. And then in about 13, 14 months, it went from 6 figures to multiple 7 figures, right? So for the past 4 years now, I've been making multiple 7 figures since at home. And anybody can do this. It doesn't have to be credit. It doesn't have to be credit. You can just literally be an entrepreneur from home and make 6, 7 figures, whatever your passion is, whatever your niche is, right?
So, is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
I want to go back to the felon part.
Let's go back to the felon part.
Well, how you end up as a felon?
How I ended, okay, Boston.
Okay.
The time, hip Zeppy.
Okay.
Okay, think about that time. We had the chirp chirp.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about that.
You were chirping and leaving with the chirp? Were you stealing chirps? Was she stealing chirp?
I wasn't stealing. I was using it.
You was going to bring it back?
No, I was using it because I had clients
that you were
selling things to on the street.
So you were what we call
a street pharmacist. I was very good at it because I wasn't making enough money at my job, right? They don't pay us enough. They don't pay us livable wages. And if you're an honest worker, you're 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that, but they don't pay us enough, okay? They weren't paying me enough at my job. So some of my friends who are very nice people, still friends with them today, they're some of my biggest supporters. I saw what they were doing and they were pushing weight. I saw what they were doing and I was like, put me on. And they were like, no, we're not going to, no. I insisted. I said, let me have a little bit and see what I can do. And very quickly I turned it over and they're like, wow, take some more. And I said, sure. Took some more. Turned that over very quickly. I had my money. They had their money. They gave me more product. I turned that product over. It was going great. It was going great. And I got more greedy with it and I wanted more and I was pushing. I got caught up. And I think I didn't get caught up because of the drugs. I got caught up because my car, I had a suspended license, a stupid ass inspection sticker requirement that Massachusetts has.
Wait, so you was driving dirty?
With my product. I was driving dirty in
with
my
the product?
Yes.
That's like 101.
Like a dumbass.
And you had the money to take care of it.
I did at the time. Yeah, I did. Like a dumbass.
That was just a lesson. That was just a blessing with a lesson.
Dumbass 22-year-old college dropout, didn't care.
Arrogant.
Just a dumbass.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't care. Like, you can't tell me shit, you know? Dumbass.
You
Yeah.
got pulled over because of what, the inspection
Because
sticker?
my inspection sticker. So then they see my license is suspended.
Yeah.
And then they see, oh, you don't even have insurance. So yeah, my
Damn.
dumbass was driving all the way dirty. And then, because I think I'm just a hot shit, stubborn. I'm an Aries, by the way. So that will make a whole lot of sense.
All right.
Okay. I resist arrest.
Well, do you?
Yeah, I resist arrest. And I'm fighting, screaming, scratching, all that. And they pull the canine out. And then I stopped because I don't want that. I don't want that part.
Yeah.
So I stopped.
You don't want the dog smoke.
I didn't want the dog smoke.
You didn't want the
I
dog
didn't want
smoke.
the dog smoke. I've heard about the dog smoke. I don't want the dog smoke. So they, the knee in the back, the face in the concrete.
Yeah, your face was on concrete?
Yep.
What side? Left side, right side?
I think it was the right. I don't know. One eye is bigger than the other from that. I
Oh,
don't
really?
know. Yeah.
Did you sue?
No. Like,
you could have.
this was like in 2006 or 7. I don't know.
You can probably go back and open that case up.
I was just a dumbass. Don't do any of that stuff. Remember DARE. Yeah, I was just a dumbass. And then they made jokes that my wrists were so small because they had to get the key for the handcuffs. Like, it was funny for them. And I ended up just making a plea deal, and I did some time in MCI.
How much time you do?
And I got out. And then when I got out, your life starts all over again.
How much time you do?
How much time did I do?
Yeah.
I did a little over a year.
Oh, okay. You was locked up.
I was locked up, and I was a good girl.
So was you reading?
And I got out early.
You got out early?
Yep.
It's crazy. You never
got out early.
You never know
it
people's
was the only
stories.
charge I've ever had. I've been good ever since. I don't even have parking tickets.
You just needed that. That just scared straight. She just needed that scared straight.
Listen, but I'm a felon. It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And then I got out, and then, like I said, I couldn't, they don't help you. They give you a bologna sandwich and send you on your day, so I couldn't get anything. Like, who's going to hire a felon? Who's going to give me a chance? So I don't have any money. I don't have anything. I don't have supportive family. Like, on my mother's side, my father's side, they were absolutely very supportive and things like that. But, I was a grown ass adult. Like, get your shit together, And I'm glad that I didn't have that safety net, because it forced me to figure it out on my own. And I did. And that's when I had really started learning about credit and entrepreneurship. And look where we are now, felon and all.
So did you, when you were transitioning, I guess, from being locked up to looking for opportunities that obviously weren't available.
Right.
Was credit that first opportunity that you found, or like how did you end up finding
not
credit?
at all. I was applying for jobs at hotels. I got a job at a hospital as like a janitor. So I was turning rooms over and cleaning rooms. And then they were like, oh, we pulled your record. I don't know why they didn't do it at the interview process.
Yeah.
But after like the 90-day probation period comes when you're at a job, that's when they're like, we have to let you go. What the fuck? So that came. And then when I went to go, one of my friends was like, hey, because I wasn't making enough money to get my own place or do anything. One of my friends was like, hey, there's a housing lottery. If you put your name on like their specific wait list for that building, you might get called, and they go based on your income. So I was like, cool. I put my name on that list. They picked me. I viewed the building, I viewed the apartment, and it was beautiful, right? This was like years ago. So it was before all the luxury buildings were really popping up. It was absolutely beautiful. It was perfect. I was like, yes, I'm about to get in. Couple days later, all my paperwork clears, everything. Felon and all, right? It's based on your income. So I was like, there's no problem here. Like, everything's perfect. Couple days later, maybe a week, they call me back. We can't approve you because your credit. Okay. So that still hurts to this day, right? That still hurts me to this day. It was in Charlestown. Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
The building across from Haymarket, that one.
I'm
about to buy that building. I swear to God.
That's a good location. Yeah.
It still hurts me to this day. But yeah, they denied me because of my credit. And that was the one that was like the pivotal moment for me, where credit really like left a bad taste in my mouth, where I have a love-hate relationship with credit. Like, I hate that that's what it takes, because I could have afforded that apartment. Even without the affordable housing, a lot of us can afford, if we live within our means, a lot of us can afford the car and the apartment or even the house that we're applying for. but they deny us because of our credit,
Right.
because of our financial report card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then I love credit because it can literally change our lives, our family's lives, our grandkids' lives, everybody for the better. So I really do have a love-hate. And that's why I love being a vessel for the collective to be like, listen, if you listen to me or anybody that you can trust to learn how to manage your credit the right way and then use it, you can literally change your life. You don't have to own a credit repair company to do it. Like you can literally just do it yourself and use your own credit to do what I did. You can have millions of dollars without being a business owner in the credit space to make millions. You just have the assets by using your credit. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. If you have a 9-to-5 or whatever job, use your job to be your first business partner, to build your credit and use it to make the assets, income producing assets.
So break that down real quick. So you're talking about use your job to be a business partner.
Your first business partner.
So those that are working right now that have a job, have a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
How would they go about using their job as their first business?
So what I would always tell them, if their credit it doesn't start with like a 7, right? The sweet spot for getting anything with credit, approvals with credit, higher lines of credit extended to them, it's going to be about a 720, right? The higher, the better, lower interest, all that. But if your credit is not at least a 720, sometimes a 680. So 680, 720 is going to be the sweet spot to start getting you good lines of approval with lower interest rates. So if your credit is not there, FICO, not Credit Karma, please. Your job can be your first business partner. So if you look at that and then you look at your utilization across the board, if your utilization is not below 30%, 30% is barely where you get in the green. I'm going to say 10%. So use your job to get your total utilization below 10%, right? So do as much as you can or as little as you can, but pay all your debts down so it's below that 10%, right? And then take any open credit cards that you have, as long as they don't have late payments, as long as, again, that utilization is below 10%, use your job, your paycheck, whatever you can to make sure you're paying by the statement date, not the due date. The statement date is going to be before the due date. So look at all your current report cards that you're paying. Look at the statement date. It's going to be before the due date and pay it on that day. And then call every 91 days and ask for a credit line increase.
Every 91 days from the due date or from the statement date?
Every 91 days that your card is just open.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So just call and ask for a credit line increase. Yeah, just call. Like as long as you're paying it on time and your utilization is at least below 30, but I'm going to say 10, but at least 30 if you're having a tough time. Everyone's having a tough time right now. We're in a recession. Right? Inflation. Call every 90 days. Ask for a credit line increase. Don't go crazy. Don't ask for like an extra 5,000, but ask for 2,000, 3,000, 500, 300. So that's not only going to help your credit score, it's also going to give you more wiggle room.
Yeah.
So you're using your job to help pay your utilization down, right? If you have high limits and things like that, high balances. So just use your job to do that. Use your job to put money away in savings and use it as a down payment for something else. It can be anything, really. Like I said before, you don't have to be an entrepreneur to make millions from home.
Yeah.
You don't. But use your credit to do it. So entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but wealth is. Right?
Say that again.
Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. Right? I think we can both agree.
I would agree.
But wealth is.
What's up, y'all? I'm standing in the middle of the street and I'm willing to risk it all because I want you to grow, whether through paid or organic measures. Over the next 5 days, the Audience Growth Challenge, we're going to be teaching you podcast guesting strategies, video marketing strategies, social media predictable viral creation strategies, the power of radio and digital PR. And these strategies are what you need to grow your business over the next 4, 6, 9, even 12 months to skyrocket your success. So if you want to join the challenge, all you got to do is click the link below and join the Audience Growth Challenge and join it as a VIP. Let's get it.
I like how you said that because there are some people that obviously would feel like entrepreneurship isn't for them.
Oh, 100%.
And I can see it.
There's entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And I can see that because, like you said, there's people that want to or want entrepreneurs, right? But they're not willing to do what it may take. They're not willing to take the punches. Then, they're not willing to go. There might be some days, some weeks you ain't bringing no money in, or you're not willing to stay up those nights. You're not willing to do one more call or learn the things that you need to learn to move the needle before you can even be in position to bring people in or bring systems into structure, whatever the situation is.
Right.
But I do like how you mentioned the wealth part because with strategy in leveraging, like you said, credit, anyone can be in that position without having to be an entrepreneur.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. How are they actually leveraging credit though to get access, right? So you talked about obviously being in that sweet spot, getting 720. Like I was just telling a few of my friends recently to cut up the debit cards, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cut up the debit cards. Then also I was telling them to get a credit card because someone didn't even have a credit card, right? So for those that may be watching and listening that may be afraid of credit, or they've been programmed to, you know, use a debit card, not use a credit card. They haven't even opened a credit card because maybe parents tell them, hey, credit is bad, whatever. Like, how do you work getting over that limiting belief?
I honestly think that happens to all of us, right? Like we are not taught that in school, right? We're just not taught credit and financial literacy at school. So it happens to all of us. So don't feel bad if that's you. And we are taught even subconsciously by our caregivers, our parents, about credit, either just by watching them and we don't even know that they're like over their head in credit until we're older. And you're right. They tell us, oh, just use cash for everything. Don't do that.
Yeah.
They just tell us that. So a lot of us just go get a debit card. We just open a bank and we just have a debit card and we're just swiping away. We don't understand to go get a credit card, and you shouldn't be afraid of that at all. I think a lot of people are afraid of that because of what we have seen our caregivers do, right? I think with me personally, I couldn't get a credit card at all. So what I started out with was a secured card.
Yeah.
My specific one was Discover It.
Can you let them know what a secure card is?
Secured means you pay a deposit first, and then it becomes unsecured when they see that you're financially responsible. So with me personally, I got a Discover It card, and I had to give them $300. It might be different for everyone. You might only give 100, you might give 500. I gave them $300. It was Discover It. They mail me back that card, and it has my $300 on it. I'm able to use that card. And I believe it was after 90 days. It could have been more. It could have been 6 months. I don't remember. But after paying that card every month on time and showing that I was financially responsible, they send me back that 300, and then they extended me their own line of credit. So now that 300 turned into $1,000. And now I could use it how I want. And it was a credit card, and it was also being reported to my credit.
And you had $300 back.
I got my money back, and they gave me an additional line of credit. So it turned into $1,000. And then you can call, like I suggested earlier, and you can extend it. So now it's $1,200. Now it's $1,500.
Yeah.
And then it was $2,700. So you get your
off
money
of that
back.
300.
Off of that first 300 that I invested in myself. And now it's unsecured, which means all my money came back. And now it's an actual credit card. And then from there, because I've established a good like financial report card, and now I can get things like Chase. Now I can get a Visa. Now I can get, American Express and get higher limits extended to me and things like that. So I wouldn't be afraid of credit. I would just be more of afraid of that limiting belief that you have.
Yeah.
Why would you want to use your money when you can use OPM, other people's money, the banks? And you just got to learn your limits, and you have to learn that self-awareness that you can handle spending. Because I remember there were days where I would have credit cards and I would just swipe away. I would have no intention of paying that back. Just be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. Like if you know you're going to get a credit card and just swipe, you're just going to use it for vacation. You have no intention of paying it back. They're going to report that shit to your credit, and then what are you going to do? Like you're never going to get out of that rat race. You're never going to get out of it. Like, why would you if that's the way you want to be, that's fine. But there's a way out of that. If you just show some financial responsibility, it's very quick to get out of it, and you can continue to do better. So, don't be afraid of credit cards. If anything, you want to push back against them because like they honestly don't give a shit about you. Like they're not there to, they're there to help you, but they're really not.
Yeah, they're really.
So it's like take advantage.
Yeah. They didn't make money.
They're selling your information. They check your credit before they extend it to you. But the second you're late, they will report you. Like, no, fuck them. Like pay it on time. Don't run it up. And then get another one with a higher limit and then run that up. You know what I mean? Like just keep taking those stepping stones and leverage it. You know what I mean? Like push back, keep pushing back. And then pretty soon you'll have a $20,000 card. I think with my total credit cards, I probably have close to $1 million in just credit cards.
So let me ask you this. And that might actually be scary for some people, because I actually spoke to somebody about that before. Like they're like,
can be.
why would I even want to, like, I don't even know what to do. Why would I even want that? I'm afraid of that, right?
Right.
So like, and I like how you said that. So you get access to this money, or you get access to OPM in the form of these credit cards, lines, whatever, stuff like that. Then you're going to put it to work.
You want to put it to work. You want your money to work for you.
Yeah.
You're working for your money, or do you want your money to work for you?
100%.
Yeah.
So if you go to work, you're working for the money.
Yep.
But if you leverage OPM and get access to these cards in these lines, and you invest them into cash flowing assets, then your money's working for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the first cash producing asset that you acquired using credit?
My first cash flowing asset?
Yeah. Using credit.
So the first one I got, take a guess. What does everybody get?
Laundromat.
Huh?
Car wash. Laundromat.
A G-Wagon.
Oh.
You should know better.
I said cash producing asset. I said liability, or did you use it as a cash?
No, I got a G-Wagon. Yeah. Right? Because so my birthday came around and I bought myself.
I would have said G-Wagon. If I would have.
So this is what happened.
I see what you're thinking.
So when I had a good amount of money, I bought myself the car outside, cash, right? I was just like, I'm going to do this. I had plenty of cash. I'm going to buy a car in cash. I bought that. But then Mercedes has like their own
car credit.
Right. Like they have their own car credit. And when you have Chase, you can get like $9,000 off a car. And then with the G-Wagon, you can write that off. You can write off tax wagon. So a tax write-off, I said tax wagon. Tax wagon. I'm going to use that from now on.
Tax wagon.
Tax wagon. So you can write it off. So then I'm like, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy the G-Wagon. I'm going to privately rent it out. And it's going to pay for itself. So I had a different vehicle and I used it as the trade-in. So I probably put it was probably like worth 60 grand, put that towards it, got the G-Wagon. And it pays for itself. It pays more than the payments would be.
So, and not to interrupt you, because I like what this is doing, but was the intention to acquire the G-Wagon to rent it out privately?
Yeah. Because I already have cars.
Yeah, you already have cars.
So it was just like, I know that's going to make me money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to privately just put it on and rent it out. I don't use Turo. It's through our company. So it stays rented out. We had an NFL player take it for 6 months. Like we make money off of it. I just take it back. I get it wrapped up and detailed, cleaned out. It just constantly makes us money. It's just about paid off. And then from there, because it was making so much money that it's paid ahead, it's paid through. Then we take that and we bought storage units.
So I should do that with the Lambo then, huh?
You should do that. Why not?
I'm about to.
Yeah. Take it a couple days a month for yourself.
Of course.
And then the rest of the month, put it out.
Yeah, let it do what it do.
Yeah. And then take the money from that, buy some real estate. We have a storage unit now, just because I don't care about storage units, but people do.
They produce it out.
Yeah. So then we have a storage units, right? We have an apartment over here, over the bridge. And
why am I staying there?
Huh?
How come I ain't staying there?
What?
How come I don't staying there?
Come on, we can have a kickback.
You ain't tell me about it or nothing.
We was outside last night.
Come on.
We can go. Let's go. We can have the kickback. Let's go. We have that. We rent that out. We don't do it through Airbnb because it's like, no, fuck Airbnb. We want everything to stay within the family, within the house, right? In the house. Everything's in the house, right? Everything's in the house.
Stay at home.
Stay at home. Keep it within the family. We're not paying Airbnb.
Can I get a Stay at Home Millionaire hat? Have you made some?
I got some merch coming. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you off camera. But we got some merch. Stay at Home Millionaire. Everybody can do this.
Yeah. So how you get so smart?
I don't know. I have ADHD.
But ADD and ADHD doesn't.
I have like high functioning anxiety. I think all entrepreneurs do.
Yeah,
I think we all do. I think we all have to be a little delusional.
No
facts. I think we all have high functioning anxiety.
Yeah.
But it's honestly from going to jail. I have kids. You're in the South, so they say children.
Yeah, children.
Right? I got children.
Yeah, children. How many children you got?
I got like 10.
Do you really?
I'm just going to say 10.
Okay.
Let the people wonder.
You got a couple.
I got a couple children.
You got a few.
You got to take care of them.
Yeah.
I didn't come from a supportive family. I don't do OnlyFans.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And if you did OnlyFans, you probably wouldn't do it. You probably hire somebody to do the OnlyFans for you so they can produce it.
So I can stay at home.
Exactly. I'm saying, well, I mean, OnlyFans, you can stay at home too, but you know.
True. I don't
You're
do
like, forget OnlyFans. We're going to do our own thing at home.
I'm so bougie. Yeah, like I got children. I didn't come from a rich family, but a rich family comes from me.
You out here with the bars.
You know, I didn't get a divorce. And come up on money. I didn't get a settlement. I didn't
you get a settlement.
I don't go to OnlyFans. Like I don't do any of that. Like when people see a woman with her own money, that's what they assume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, it's not. I just worked my ass off. I have kids. I just didn't want to ever feel like that again. Like when I got out of jail, like they literally just give you a bologna sandwich and like a orange flavored drink. It's not even orange juice. It's just orange flavored something. And they just let you out into the wild, you know? And like, I don't ever want to feel helpless like that again. When I get turned down from an apartment because of my credit, like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I'm turned down from jobs. I've been turned down jobs because of my credit.
100%.
Too. You know what I mean? Like you feel helpless. I can't get to and from the job to pay for this apartment because I don't have a car.
Yeah.
Because of my credit. So we're in
So
marriage
you never
counseling.
wanted to feel denied from getting a place to stay again.
No.
That still haunted you, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially not getting that place.
I don't like being told no.
Yeah.
You like being told no?
No.
I don't like it. I don't like being told no. I don't like feeling helpless. I don't like having the answers to things.
Yeah.
I don't like, especially being a parent. I don't even want to say a mother. Like as a parent, as an active full-time parent, I don't like having to decide if we can pay the rent or the light bill, or when it's back to school season, can we afford that? That's an extra expense, but you can put it on credit. You can pay it with your credit card. You always have credit cards. They're like my little best friends.
Yeah.
You know, which one do I want to use today? You know, and then you want to you can almost fund your lifestyle. Do you like traveling? You get a travel card. You can get lots of points. And then you can fly for free. Get free upgrades in first class. You can travel hack.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's one of my favorite things to do now.
Travel hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can fund your lifestyle and you're not using any of your own money. Whether, like I said, whether you work or you're an entrepreneur, wealth is for everyone.
Yeah. So
Credit.
Okay. Let's kind of get into the particulars here.
Okay.
Hey, listen, if you're looking to grow your podcast business or you're looking to leverage podcasts to grow your business, you want to tap in to the Podcast to Profits Academy. We're going to teach you exactly what it takes for you to get more exposure to grow and scale your business or leverage podcasts so you can do more revenue. What you want to do is head over to podcast2profits.com and apply to work with me and a member of my team. Stay-at-home millionaire. We're talking about credit.
Yeah.
Multiple seven figures.
Yeah.
People are probably going to wonder, like, how are you? What are the products? What are the services? I know you're helping people, but what are the other verticals? Or what else do you offer that have achieved to your revenue?
What has achieved to my wealth?
Yeah, like what other? I mean, obviously you're creating cash proven assets. But
Right.
What are your current?
That's like in my personal life.
What's your products and services?
So with me, for me as an entrepreneur, I specifically help individuals manage their credit. Right. So like I said earlier, if your credit isn't 680 to 720, I would help someone repair and manage their credit so they can start getting approved for things. I would help them understand credit because a lot of us, we just go on our phone and we'll look at Credit Karma. That's not your FICO score. Yeah. You're never going to get approved off of your FICO score, right? So I help people understand.
So you're never going to get approved based off of your
Credit Karma. Your Credit Karma is not your FICO score. So you need a FICO score. Yeah. You need your FICO score. Yeah. Your Credit Karma is a managed score.
So if they're going to Credit Karma, where can they go to get their FICO?
Annualcreditreport.com.
Okay.
You get a free report.
Annualcreditreport.com.
Yeah. That's your FICO.
Are there any other apps that's going to give them a FICO?
Yeah, you can go to myfico.com. Okay, They're going to charge you for that one. Annual credit report is free. So you can order your free report right there. You can see what's going on. You can go to myFICO. That's a monthly subscription. You can go to there. You can go to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Those are separate.
Yeah.
You can go to those, but you want to know what your FICO score is because that's what lenders are going to look at.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the real meat and potatoes.
That's the real meat and potatoes, right? Credit Karma, it's cool and all. Like, you can kind of see what's going on. If you're not really using your credit, like, it's cool and all. you can kind of see what's being maybe reported.
Yeah.
But the numerical scores are more than likely incorrect.
Gotcha.
So if you're like, wow, I have a 720, 780. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't.
Not a Credit Karma.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. So, I mean, it's a Vantage score. So they're using a different algorithm than your FICO, right? So don't even stress about Credit Karma when it says it's going up. And they do it, they rerun it every week. FICO re-reports every month.
Yeah.
So it's not correct. So what was your original question?
The question is, the products and services.
Okay, yes. So if your FICO score is, let's just say less than 720, and you want help, you don't need to hire someone for help. But if you do want someone,
because they can do it on their own.
You can do it on your own.
Yeah.
You can do your nails on your own. You can
Yeah.
do your hair on your own. You can do your lineup on your own. You can change your oil on your own.
I don't know about the lineup part, but I can
If you really,
I can do the
wanted
body on
to,
my own. The body be going crazy on my own.
if you really, really wanted to, you could,
No, it's
right?
facts, it's facts.
But we pay for convenience.
Mhm.
We pay for knowledge. We pay someone we think we can trust, right? Right. But there's always going to be those warriors cooking me in the comments, like, you don't got to pay nobody to help you fix your credit. My baby daddy, sister, cousin did it on her own.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you want help with your credit, I help people fix their credit, understand their credit, manage their credit, get credit, right? And I also help entrepreneurs that have their own credit repair businesses or work with credit clients that have credit challenges. So solar, cable,
Real estate.
cell phone, real estate, brokers, auto sales, and those that also have credit repair companies. So I help them. I have a staff of, how many do we have right now? 17.
Mm.
They're all onshore. I don't have any overseas people, even though that's fine if you do. I personally have always had people here with me, Orlando, Miami, and Houston. They're my staff. And we provide the staff to do all the processing, mailing, updating, customer service. I have bilingual English, Spanish, and Portuguese customer service staff. We do everything on your CRM for you. So all you have to do is convert your sales over to a client, and we'll handle everything from there. And like I said, we print off everything. We mail everything off. We can do that if you are an entrepreneur, business owner that works with clients. If not, if you're an individual consumer and you want help with your credit, you can reach out to me and we do that as well. So yeah, we spoke earlier about what I personally do with my credit, my personal life that has contributed, but most of my money in my millions have come from me being an entrepreneur of those two things.
And
that
then
I just
building
said.
a business.
Yeah, building a business from home. Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people on my social media have seen my journey go. So the proof is right there. My receipts are right there. I love receipts.
Your receipts out to credit.
My receipts are right there. Because there's a lot of people on the internet, I'm sure you know, they're just loud and wrong.
Yeah.
They're
loud and wrong.
Loud and wrong. Like loud and wrong. And you're just like, come on. But they're believable.
Yeah.
They're believable. But then eventually you start to kind of see through the layers of their bullshit.
So that's why you're on the podcast.
That's why I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you can go to my IG and see receipts. It's very obvious.
Yeah. No, I like that. I really like the message that you're sharing, letting people know that, hey, you don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur, but wealth is for you.
It is.
And this is the path that we can help you get there. And then once you're in position, you got options, you have opportunities, you got different things that you can use to leverage to get you cash producing assets.
Yep.
That way, get your time back. You know, you have to break your bone, break your back, working for someone else, making them rich. But you can be building out, like you said, like you didn't come from a wealthy family, but a wealthy family comes from you. You're out with the bars. That was a good one. Like
cut off that low hanging fruit.
What's that mean?
Like cut off that low hanging fruit, whether you are a business owner or an entrepreneur. As I said, like wealth is for everyone, right? But there's going to be that low hanging fruit around you that are going to hold you back.
People, places, things?
People. Mostly people. Like some of your biggest supporters are the reason why you're not doing shit.
Some of your biggest supporters are the reason why you're not doing shit.
Of course.
Break that down.
Like if you take like one of our mentors, right? If you take the tiniest little thing, like a dime, a penny, a crumb, right? And if you hold it close to your eye, you're not going to see anything besides that because it's so close to you. Some of your biggest supporters are so close to you. They're supporting all the bullshit you do. your shitty mindset, your disbelief. It's okay. You can, or they're like, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you should do it. Or no, you shouldn't do that. Or no, you can't do it. They're supporting everything. They're like your yes people. So they're so close to you that they're the reason why you're fucking stagnant. They're the reason why you're not doing shit. They're the reason why you're in the way. Or they have secret like jealousy or envy that they don't want you to level up. Or you want to take them with you and like,
they don't want to go.
No, they don't want to go. They're holding you back. They don't want to do the work. They're sitting at your table to take a to-go plate.
Yeah, facts.
They're not sitting at the table to cook with you. They're just sitting there to freaking take a goddamn to-go plate.
You're crazy right now.
Sorry.
Nah, I'm rocking with that.
They're just sitting at your table to take a to-go plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
how would some identify the to-go plate takers?
I mean, sometimes you don't until you get hurt. Honestly, sometimes you don't, but you just got to keep an eye on certain people. Watch what they say, but more importantly, what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell that fake support when somebody's like, must be nice. I got a must be nice the other day from someone I've known for 30 years. And we helped this person and then they got themselves in a hole again. And we're like, we're not going to help you financially again, but this is what you can do. This is what we can do. We can do this together. And then we got some snarky ass, like must be nice type shit. And we were like, okay. So it's like that. But I mean, you just got to watch the people around you. If they've supporting you from day one and they save space for you to grow, they push you to be better. They don't put up with your fuck shit. You know, I don't know. And it's mutual. It's got to be mutual. You can't just take. It's got to be deposits and withdrawals.
Yeah.
Deposits and withdrawals. And you can trust them. And they show you with their actions that they're genuine and they really support you and they're just happy for you without performing.
Yeah.
And this is gender neutral.
Yeah.
This is gender neutral. Then yeah, if they don't seem happy for you, if they are just not showing up for you in ways that they can, it doesn't have to be anything. It could just be by actively listening.
Yeah, facts.
Because as an entrepreneur, especially, like you need someone to be there for you, like at the end of the day or after a long day. Because our days don't end. We don't know what day it is. We don't know when the last time we ate or tasted our meal.
This whole week went by hella fast.
I don't know. Or like when we eat, we don't even taste the food because our brain is going or we're typing away or we're on our something. Like we don't know. So just having people around you that are there for you and things like that, and just drop that low-hanging fruit. Those stagnant ass stay people that are just year after year after year doing the same goddamn thing all the time. They just don't want better for themselves. You try to put them in and they're just like, and they're just doubting it all the time. And like, not everything's going to always work out. But even when the things don't work out, they're still optimistic. They're still like, it's cool. We got this. Stuff like that. The people that can teach from you and you can teach them, learn from you and you learn from them. And it's just that. They make it obvious. Just stop looking beside, stop painting red flags green. Cut the shit.
Listen, listen,
this is trauma.
Stop painting the red flags green.
We all do it.
Damn.
We all do it.
Yeah, and I really see that with people too. I've definitely done that when it's like, I like this person. We've been friends for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got a relationship.
Yep.
Things is cool. You see the signs, and you paint it green. And just because you got some history or maybe have some moments, you're like, you feel ingratiated with the person. Like, this is my person. This is one of my people.
Yes.
But they ain't. They ain't your people. I learned the hard way a few times.
Yo, it happens to the best of us.
It just happened to me a couple months ago with a homegirl. Guess what? She's out of here, son.
Out. Low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit.
Damn.
Send them back to the streets.
This is good. This is good right now. So I want to talk about your mindset a little bit. Mindset going into prison. Well, it wasn't jail or jail, right? It wasn't prison, jail. Prison?
Prison and jail are not the same.
Yeah. Okay. Your mindset going in, you was a hustler. You was getting to it.
I was.
Right? So you was getting to it. You got out.
Yeah.
Started getting to it legally, right?
Yes.
You didn't come from a family of money.
No.
Right? So what helped your mindset transition, get a little stronger and get a little bit more intentional, really go after this financial literacy thing, this wealth building thing? being more accountable, more consistent, more reliable just within yourself. Cause like we're the first person who's gonna do what we say we're gonna do or disappoint ourselves, right?
True.
So like when did that click for you, and then how you started building on that? Cause I think that would be powerful for people to hear your experience with that if they're trying to build the green wear off on the flag. So now they're seeing these people that they're removing the people, they put themselves in a good environment. So how do they start building on these blocks?
I honestly think for me specifically, I think it's always been there because I just didn't tap into it until some of those pivotal moments, right? So because I grew up in pretty much a very unsupportive, abusive home. I always had to rely on myself for the first 14 years of my life.
Yeah.
And then I had went with my father, who was on the other side of that, very supportive, very loving. He was an entrepreneur. So I'm watching an entrepreneur from one spectrum, but I'm also used to depending on myself, dealing with myself from emotional to figuring out how to feed myself as a little kid, coming home from school, being alone. Like I'm used to that isolation type thing. And then I go with him and he's taking me everywhere, hustling, bustling, doing all this shit. And I'm just getting loved on. So I'm just like, what is this? So I'm learning how to like love myself and do all that watching an entrepreneur. So then I go into adulthood and then I fuck up and I see the one person that pretty much said that he loved me no matter what, disappointed, right? So when I'm not mad at you, I'm disappointed, that like kills you, right? That fucks everything up. So I think it was that pivotal moment where I was like, I got to get this together. I got to tap into everything that I watched that man do, my father, everything that I watched that man do, just kind of like, I don't know. I just it was like an anomaly for me. It just all like came out and I was like, that man believed in me. So I had to like borrow his belief and I just tapped into it. Like, I got to figure this out. I can't continue to do this shit. Like, I can't continue to do this shit. Like, I can't continue to be out here in the streets. He's disappointed in me. That was awful. Like, I can't do this. So I can't get an apartment or a car or anything because of credit. So that was like I fell flat on my face because of credit. If they said it was because of money or some other shit, I would have tried to find the best job. Like I tried to go to Suffolk to get my MBA because I thought
that was the way.
I was like, I'm just going to be a business owner. I don't know what, but I'm going to go to Suffolk and get my MBA. And I like made it maybe one semester and I dropped out. I was like, fuck school. I can't pay attention. I don't like this. The structure, like I can't do it. I can't afford it. And I dropped out. So like I'm a college dropout. I'm a felon. I barely even made it through high school. I was like a solid D student, so I think just always tapping in and just betting on yourself. Like I always betted on myself and I'm at the bottom of everything. You barely made it through high school, right? Dropped out of college, went to jail, didn't have supportive maternal side of the family. But I had that one person that believed in me was my dad. So like think of that one person that believed in you. Whoever they are, picture their face.
They say you only need one.
You only need that one. Like whoever it was it your grandmother, your auntie, your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister, a caregiver, someone that you, that took you in as a parent, a brother or sister. Like who was that? Who was that one person that believed in you? Like picture their face. And is it yourself? Because a lot of times it's not ourselves.
Yeah.
It ain't ourselves. We're hard on ourselves. But just picture that one person who it was and just tap into that, borrow their belief and become a fucking monster. And it just created a monster. And I just have not stopped ever since.
I'm looking at a monster right now. I'm looking at a monster right now.
Yeah.
Beautiful monster. Yeah. Beautiful stay-at-home monster.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to represent.
I heard a scream on mine the other day too. That joint was.
I was so frustrated.
It was crazy.
You said I was hitting those bars.
You're saying those notes. Notes, yo. Man, this has been great. This is gonna help somebody. This is for someone out there right now. Just a story of hustling, getting locked up, being an ex-felon coming out, being a dropout. You know what I'm saying? Having friends disappoint you, credit fucked up, can't get a crib. You know what I'm saying? And then you put it all together. And not only did you put it all together for yourself and your family, but you're helping so many people at the same time, either do it for themselves, put them in position, or helping them, do the same thing for others.
Right.
I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
So how do people become stay-at-home millionaires? How they tap in with you? How do they become monsters too?
I mean, they can find me on IG. They can find me on Facebook. They can go to my website. It's diamondoutsourcing.com.
Diamondoutsourcing.com.
My IG is Nicole_Ashley official. It's a verified one. And Facebook, it's Nicole Ashley, and you'll know which one is me. Okay. Because there's some fake accounts out there, but you'll know which one's me on Facebook. But tap in with me any of those ways. And if you want some help with your credit, if you want some help with financial literacy, I'm your girl. Can become a monster, stay-at-home millionaire. Either way, wealth is for everybody.
So my last question for you is this. You got Diamond Outsourcing Academy, let's just say, right? And you got young people coming in there, right? They need to leave with 3 principles that they're going to apply to their life forever. What 3 principles would they leave with?
3 principles. Does it have to be financial?
It can be whatever you want it to be.
They want to leave with 3 principles.
They have to. They can't graduate without these. They have to take these principles that they're going to learn from your environment to make them better. What are those 3?
I don't like giving people advice.
It's not advice.
3 principles. If I was doing that.
Yeah. Well, talk to me. What's 3 principles you give me to improve my life? What would you say to them? What would you say to me?
Stay out the way.
Stay out the way.
Don't give a fuck. Like really about anything.
Yeah.
And Jesus. 3 principles and shit. Just use your credit. Utilize that credit.
Stay out the way. Don't give a fuck. Use that credit.
Stay out the way. Don't give a fuck. Because people will really tear you down.
Facts.
And use your credit.
And use your credit. I like that.
Cut up them debit cards.
Yeah. You got one. We should have had one. We got
a debit card?
Just to cut one up.
I got rid of debit cards a long time ago.
Yeah, just cut one up. Listen, y'all. Today's podcast was great. I feel like I was hanging out with one of my best friends, just really kicking it, but really giving the information to y'all. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all tap in Diamond Outsourcing.com, right? DiamondOutsourcing.com. Nicole_Ashley on Instagram and Nicole Ashley on Facebook.
Yep.
Right? Get the information, tap in. If you want to learn how you can be a stay-at-home millionaire, if you want to learn how you can help more people, if you want to get your situation together, if you want to get right, or if you just want to learn more about what she got going on and what she pulled up in and how she turned a G-Wagon into a tax wagon. You know what I'm saying? Listen, but another episode of the On Pursuit podcast. I'm Brendan. This is Nicole Ashley, right? Stay at home millionaire. We'll see you guys on the next one.